Welcome to this tutorial. What I'm going to show you how to play is a version of Crazy. Now you may have seen this cover that I uploaded to YouTube. This is going to be a slightly simplified version. There will be two downloadable tabs available. One, the full version as I play, including the bass line, and the other one is a slightly easier version, perhaps for people who are less familiar with fingerstyle. And it's a really quick way to learn this song. I would advise learning the easier one first, and then you could just add the bass line when you feel ready. I'm going to skip through this fairly quickly. Please give me some feedback if you think I go too fast or too slow, and do like the video, and please comment if it helps. It's always great to hear what people think. If you have any suggestions as to how I can improve these tutorials, please do let me know. So grab your guitars and let's get ready to learn this great fingerstyle song. Okay, so first the introduction. Let's hear what it sounds like. Okay, so let's go through that bit by bit. We begin first fret B string, and then we move to second fret B string, and we play the open A string at the same time. Just like that. And then we play second fret D string. Then we play the open A string again. And then we've got this wonderful little semitone run, which goes... And then we've got this little semitone run thing, which works quite well. And then we've got a little semitone run, which goes second fret on the B string and D string, up to the third fret, up to the fourth fret. Then we transfer over to two open strings, the G string and the E string, and then first fret on both those strings. And then we play the second fret on the top E string along with the open D string, and then we play the second fret of the G string. Okay, so what that looks like all together is... So what you have to do next is you have to do like a D shape, like a D chord, but I'm going to bury it here, right? Just use my second finger to play the third fret of the B string, because I need to reach with my pinky. Now this is the melody note, you see. I need to reach to the fifth fret of the E string, and then I play the four top strings. And then I release to the bar A, which is on the second fret. And then I play the third fret of the B string. Just like that. And the next chord, it's like a C sharp minor. So it's this big chunky bar chord here. And I just put this down all in one motion, and then I pick the melody out of which is the top string and the B string. So this would be a C sharp minor chord. Fret wise, fourth fret, sixth fret, sixth fret, fifth fret, and then bar A, fourth fret on the top E string. So those two chords would be... And then you just slide this chord shape down 2 frets, and the melody notes are now on the E string, B string, G string. You just pick down the chord, it's as easy as that. And then we've got this lovely E7 shape. Jimi Hendrix would be proud. Well, actually, no. Jimi Hendrix is... That's Jimi Hendrix. So, fret-wise, we got fret 7, fret 6, fret 7, fret 5, and we play all those 4 strings. And this is where I choose to keep a bit of the bass line from the version that I played, the more complicated version, and it's on the low E string 0, 2, 4. And this takes us up to the melody, where the melody actually starts. So I'm going to play all that section. I'll play it quite slowly. Open A again. Then I've got the little run up the 2 strings. And then we do our D chord with the bar A, reach to the 5th fret for the melody note. Like a C sharp minor chord, just pick down the chord. Shove that chord down 2 frets. E7 chord. Now you don't need to put this bass line in, but you could if you want. And that takes us to the melody, and that's the next section that we will tackle. Okay, so we're now looking to begin the melody of the song, and this is kind of based around an A chord. So we're going to play the open A string, we're going to play the 2nd fret of the B string, and we need to also play the 2nd fret of the D string, and we play it like this. So that's your crazy. Then you need to put a big barry chord here, look, F sharp major barry chord. 2nd fret, 4th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret on the bar A of the B and E strings. We just pick up that chord, starting with the E string and the D string, and then we pick the G string and the B string. Okay, then the bass note changes. We need to pick the A string while picking the top E string. Then we've got to get a bit fancy here and use our pinky to fret the 5th fret of the B string. Okay, and then we move to like B minor chord. Again, we just pick up that chord. The melody notes reside on the 3rd fret of the B string and the 2nd fret of the E string. Now you can't just leave it like that, right? So you can't just let that chord sustain until the next part of the melody, or you could play that chord again, right? Just to fill that gap. And then the next part of the melody, we're playing 2nd fret, top E string, we're playing open B string, we're playing low E string. And then you have to play the 1st fret of the G string. So now we're just going to play like a bog standard open position E major chord. We're going to play the E strings and D strings. And then we're going to pick the G string. And we're going to pick the open B string. Now the next bit is a little bit fancy. This chord shape here, we're playing 2nd fret of A string. We're playing 4th fret G, we're playing 3rd fret B, we're playing 5th fret E. It's a bit of a stretch. And then you have to release to your bar A, 2nd fret, top E string, and then refret 4th fret, like that. Now, if that's a bit of a handful, right, you might want to just omit the bass note, or perhaps even drop the chord halfway through. So it would kind of sound like this. And if we omit the bass note, we just make this little sort of like triangle shape. 2nd fret, 4th fret, that's one way to do it. That works okay. and it makes it considerably simpler. So let me just take it from the beginning of the melody to where we are just now. So we're kind of like on an A chord, and then we'll play an F sharp bar A chord, pick up the chord, change the bass note to the A string, reach for 5, release the bar A, 2, B minor chord. The melody note is the 3rd fret, B string, 2nd fret, E string, and we can play that again if we want. Then we play low E open, B string and 2nd fret E string, and then we play 1st fret G string, bog standard E major chord, pick up the chord, picking the D string, G string, B string, and playing the open E as well. And then we've got this first nightmare chord that we encounter right there, and that falls to open A string, 1st fret, 2nd fret, open E string. It's a lovely A major 7 chord, partial A major 7 chord. And then we play 1st fret, 2nd fret, open string, G, 2nd fret, and I kind of staggered these chords. And then bog standard B minor 7, 2nd fret, 4th fret, bar A 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then our good old E7 chord. And that's a little turnaround section. So I'll just play it from here. And then we return to the melody that we've already played. So it's open A string, 2nd fret here, landing on 2nd fret D string. Same again, F sharp chunky bar A chord. Change the bass note, reach for 5, B minor. Play again. It's exactly the same. E chord, it changes a bit here. It's not quite as hard. Bass note goes to the 2nd fret and melody note goes to the 3rd fret of the B string. Drops to the 2nd, open B, and then I play a partial A chord, so 0, 2, 2. The melody note is the 2nd fret of the G string. And then we've got a little chordal run up, B minor 7, that we just played a moment ago, and then this sort of like diminished chord. So that's 3, 4, 2, 4. And then this is an inversion of A7. And that's 4, 5, 6, 5. 4, 5, 6, 5. So let me just play that again from here. So this time round, no nightmare chord, just like that. Then we land on partial A chord, B minor 7, diminished chord, that one there, A7 chord, and then so this takes us to the next section, and the next section begins with our D chord. We have the bar A again, and we reach for fret 5, that's where the melody note is, and then we release the fret 2 on the E string, just like that. Now we have to pluck up this chord, basically, so we pluck the open D string and we pluck the 2nd fret here, and then we just go up the chord, just like that. So I'm plucking the G string, the B string and the top E string. And now we get a bit fancy with these chord shapes. So the, again, diminished chord going on here. So we've got the 4th fret, 5th fret, bar A with our first finger, 4th fret on the B string, 5th fret. And you do want to play it with the barre because you need to release. It's too much of a fiddle to do it without the barre. Well, actually you can, but I prefer to play it with the barre. So like I'm barring over here, barring all the 4s, and then 5th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the E string, and that allows you to just take off finger 3 and release fret 5 to fret 4 on the top E string. And then you just shove that whole chord shape down. So we've got 1st fret, 2nd fret, barre 1st fret on the B string, 2nd fret here on the top E string. And then we do like it's like an F shape, but we slide it up to fret 5. And we just pick the chord, and then the melody note is 5th fret E, 5th fret B. Now you can let that sustain, or you can give it another little pluck like I did there, and I just plucked the 3 lower strings in the chord here, the D string, G string and B string. And the next chord is like a partial B7 chord, barre chord, and we play it up here. So we've got 7th fret, we've got barre across, we need that, and then we've got 8th fret on the G string, and we reach for the 10th fret on the B string, right, and then you release that 10th fret to the 7th fret, which is barred, and you get that noise. Okay, and then we basically pick up this chord. So we plonk our finger down on the 9th fret here, so we're just filling in these barre positions that we're missing. And we just pick up the chord. We pick the D string 9, G string 8, and then barre 7 on the B string. Then we reach for the 10 again, slide down to the 9, release to the barre 7, good old E7. So I'm going to take it from the D chord, 5 to 2, and then we pick up the D chord, this weird chord shape, and then what's like an F chord just slid up to the A fret position, and the melody is 5-5 E string, B string, and then we can play that again just for effect. And then we 7, 8, reach for 10, release to 7. Then we fill in the 9th fret here. We pick 9, 8, 7, reach for 10, and then 9, and then 7. And then back to E7. And you can just let that sustain if you want, or you can give it another little, you can add the bass line. And then we're back to the main melody section. I'm going to rip through this because we've kind of done it before. So you know that. You know this. Now the next section is very beginning. The next section is very similar to the beginning, to the introduction. So we're on our D shape, our barre D shape, we're reaching to fret 5, we're picking down the chord, release to the 2nd fret, pick the 3rd fret of the B string, and then it's like a C sharp minor chord. Just pick down the chord, top 2 notes, slide that down, pick down the chord. Now we've got this, again it's a sort of diminished chord. 1st fret here, don't play the D string. We play open G, we play 2nd fret here, we play open E. And the melody is the open E, 2nd fret on the B. So that section goes like. So now we have 2nd fret, A string, 3rd fret, B string, and then we need to play the 3rd fret, D string, up to the 4th fret, D string, open E string, 1st fret, G string, 2nd fret, B string, and then you play the G string again, and then you release the B string for open B. And then I play a partial A chord, do my little semitone slide up, same as the introduction, and then, so that's an open D, and then you pick 2nd fret, so that's the E string and the G string, 2nd fret. Now I make this chord a minor, which sounds nice. So that's the 1st fret I'm picking instead of the 2nd fret. And then I make this chord shape. It's like A major 7. So I play the open A, then I play 7th fret, bar A 999, and just pick up that chord. Oh. And then I like to do a little harmonic there, you see, little fretted harmonic. Depending how many frets your guitar has, you're going to have to look for that. On my guitar, it's just above the very last fret. And that's really it. And I hope that wasn't too fast. Please comment and let me know if it was.